Like, new information has been revealed about Caitlin Clark's future contract with the Indiana.
Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game, she's rewriting the rules of women's basketball. But here's the kicker. There's a hidden twist in her rookie contract that could send the entire WNBA into uncharted territory. Fresh leaks from the Indiana Fever hint at a future that could smash salary records and force the league to rethink everything. This isn't just about one superstar. It's about the very future of the WNBA itself. Watch till the end and you'll see exactly why Clark's deal is causing a shockwave through the sports world.
And everybody, Caitlin Clark's new contract is already in the works, bruh. The Indiana Fever is not wasting no time with making sure they dot their I's and cross all the T's when it comes to keeping Caitlin Clark on this Indiana Fever.
There's no question. Caitlin Clark is a total game changer for the WNBA. The Indiana Fever are feeling the heat, desperate to secure her future with the team. Right now, her rookie salary of just $76K is barely scratching the surface of her true worth. And the league? It's facing a situation it's never dealt with before. One player generating more money, attention, and hype than entire teams combined. Here's where it gets wild. Inside sources from the Fever say they're crafting a revolutionary contract behind closed doors. But there's a catch. Outdated league rules are standing in their way, making what should be a historic deal surprisingly complicated.
We know she's still on a rookie contract for the next couple years. But one thing I can tell you that I know definitively is that the organization is working on a massive contract for Caitlin Clark, future
The stats speak for themselves. Caitlin Clark is a force of nature. This season alone, she's responsible for a staggering 26% of all WNBA activity. Pause and let that sink in. A rookie straight out of college is driving over a quarter of the league's total revenue, with her name tied to 1 in every 6 tickets sold. She's not just making waves, she's an unstoppable phenomenon. And the Indiana Fever? They know losing her isn't even an option.
We know Caitlin Clark is ultimately going to be the person to yay or nay whatever solution they come up with. So they got to do everything in their best interest to get ahead of this thing way before it ever comes up. So word on the street is that the Indiana Fever is putting together proposals and putting together different things under the WNBA rules that they can for Caitlin Clark.
And here's the jaw-dropping part. Clark is dominating the charts and her jerseys are selling faster than the league can keep them in stock. The Fever drew over 300,000 fans to their games this season alone. But it doesn't stop there. Overall league viewership skyrocketed by a mind-blowing 300%, with nearly half, 45%, tuning in specifically for Fever games. These aren't just numbers, they're proof. Clark isn't merely playing basketball. She's redefining the game and transforming the WNBA as we know it.
All of this is about getting Caitlin Clark new contract done. They get her contract done, seal and deliver the future of this.
Here's the real dilemma, folks. The WNBA's current collective bargaining agreement, CBA, is locking teams into outdated rules that cap rookie salaries and restrict what franchises can pay even for generational talents like Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever are operating in a framework created decades ago, long before a player of Clark's caliber even existed. As it stands, her maximum possible income is roughly $241,000, a figure that's laughably low compared to the value she generates on and off the court. Everyone knows it, Clark included, but the rules haven't budged, leaving the league and the Fever scrambling for creative solutions. Leaked reports reveal the Fever are going all out to keep Clark in Indianapolis, performance bonuses, bespoke endorsement deals, innovative tie-ins, but even these workarounds are just temporary fixes for a much larger problem. The league's pay structure is fundamentally broken. Clark's phenomenal success has cast a glaring spotlight on this flaw. The financial impact she's had on Indianapolis is staggering. Studies estimate her presence alone has added roughly $36 million to the local economy, comparable to hosting a major NCAA event. And yet, despite this massive contribution, Clark's paycheck is smaller than many entry-level corporate salaries. The contrast is striking and impossible to ignore. For context, Clark's $338,000 four-year rookie contract pales in comparison to NBA stars.
Take Victor Wembanyama, the top pick of the 2024 NBA draft. He's making $113 million in his first year, nearly 40 times what Clark earns in her entire rookie deal.
The disparity is jaw-dropping and highlights just how urgently the CBA needs reform. With the agreement set to expire in 2025, the Fever have a narrow window to advocate for meaningful changes that would allow them to pay Clark what she's truly worth. time is of the essence because the longer this drags out, the higher the risk she'll explore other opportunities. The WNBA faces a critical challenge. How can the league attract and retain top-tier talent when financial incentives are so restricted? The Fever are preparing for a showdown, ready to push the limits, but the rules are a formidable barrier. Clark has proven there's a huge market for women's basketball. Fans will turn out and spend. But if the league doesn't evolve, all that momentum could be wasted. This isn't just a WNBA problem. It's a social and cultural issue about valuing women's sports and the athletes who dedicate their lives to them. How can a player who has revolutionized her league earn less than the average American household? Clark's situation is a microcosm of a much larger problem, one that demands immediate attention. Her influence extends far beyond the court. Clark has single-handedly boosted TV viewership. Fever games now account for an estimated 45% of the WNBA's broadcast value. Her skill, charisma, and marketability make her a revenue-generating force. Her jerseys sell out regularly, and her presence directly supports the franchise's financial health. Yet the CBA restricts the Fever from fully compensating her for the true value she provides. Insiders say the team is exploring every possible incentive: revenue-sharing deals, long-term endorsements, performance bonuses, even equity arrangements. These strategies could help, but they're limited by league rules. True, systemic change is necessary to retain players like Clark. If the WNBA can't fairly compensate its stars, it risks losing them to overseas leagues, as already happens with players like Diana Taurasi and Breanna Stewart. The stakes couldn't be higher for both Clark and the Fever. Her rookie season alone generated $36 million for Indianapolis, from ticket sales to local business growth. Losing her would be a devastating blow for the city, the franchise, and the league. And Clark is fully aware of her options, playing abroad, joining a rival league, or focusing on lucrative sponsorships. The Fever know that locking her in is critical. And the next few years will be decisive for her career and the future trajectory of the WNBA. Despite all these constraints, Clark has remained focused on her game, letting her performance speak for itself. But make no mistake, she knows her worth and the power is in her hands. If the Fever fail, it would be a PR disaster and send a chilling message to the rest of the league. The WNBA cannot keep its biggest stars. This situation underscores how far the league still has to go to make professional women's basketball a viable career path. The wage structure, designed decades ago for equality and stability, is now holding back players who could elevate the sport to unprecedented heights. Clark's case is a textbook example of short-term thinking hampering long-term growth. The WNBA and the Fever face a choice: evolve to retain their superstar or risk losing a once-in-a-generation talent. Caitlin Clark is more than a player. She's a brand, a market driver, and the face of a new era of women's basketball. If the league wants to secure her future, meaningful change isn't optional. It's urgent.